Hello everyone. Today we are going to see the fifth practical, that is configuring simple OSPF. This is the fifth practical for SYBSCIT for subject computer network. Okay, so for this practical, OSPF means open shortest path first. So we are going to configure now OSPF in Cisco Packet Tracer. For this we need two routers. I have already taken it, and then two switches and two PCs. Okay, so let us configure first. We are going to use three networks. First network is 10.0.0.0/8. This is in between the two routers. Then 192.168.0.0/24. This is for left side network, and this 172.16.0.0/16 is for right side network. Okay, so let us connect first. So we need copper straight through connections in order to connect router to switches. Okay, again same connections to connect with PC. Similarly, we can connect right side network. Okay, so this is the simplest connectivity between the switches and PC, also with routers. So in between router we are using serial connection. So this is serial 2/0 with serial 2/0. Okay, so we have set our network. Now let us configure it. Okay, so first for PCs, here we write in desktop IP configuration. Here we need to write the IP address. Suppose here we take the IP address 192.168.0.2. Then subnet mask is here 255.255.0. This is perfect. Then next we have to write default gateway. So here we suppose take default gateway, which we will configure further 192.168.0.1. Okay, so that's it for PC 0. Then for next PC1, we have to configure the IP address. Just click on desktop, then IP configuration, and then you can see here the IP address is 172.16.0.0. So here we take one of the IP address 172.16.0.2. Here subnet mask is auto calculated, which is set to 255.255.0. Then we have to write default gateway, that is 172.16.0.1. Okay, so this is for next PC IP configuration. Let us configure router 1. Just click on router, go to config tab. Here you can find FA00 interface, which is connected to switch. So we have to configure this switch. For that we need to write here IP address. This is the IP address that we have written for default gateway, that is 192.168.0.1. and subnet mask, here it is auto calculated. Just click on button. So this interface changed its state to up. Then again the next interface is SE2/0, that is serial connection between two routers. Here we have to take one IP address, suppose 10.0.0.1. okay, and subnet mask, here it is auto calculated, which is correct. Just click on button. Okay, so first router is configured. Then just click on next router. Okay, go to config tab. First select serial 2/0 port. Here we have to write the IP address 10.0.0.2. okay, because we have already used one for other interface, so here we are using 2. Just click on button. Then next interface is FA0/0 fast Ethernet, and for that we need to write the IP address 172.16.0.1, which is the default gateway for second PC, and just click on the on button. Okay, so in this way our network is ready. Now we have to configure OSPF into the two routers. So first we have to configure router 1. So for that we need to write some commands. So go to CLI tab. Okay, just here we exit the interface. Okay, now we are in router config. Here we have to write the command router. We need to use only two commands. The first command is router OSPF1 and second command is network command. Okay, so how this network command is formed? So this is the command network. It takes the next option is the network that is directly connected to router. Okay, and then these are the wildcard bits, then area, and then 0. 0 is the area number. Okay, so let us see how we configure this. So just go to router 1. Here we write router OSPF. Okay, if you put question mark here, then you can see the next option 1 that we going to put is the process ID. So router OSPF 1. Then we have to write the network command. So here is the network command, then put question mark. Okay, so here you can see the next option is network number A.B.C.D. This is the format. So you can see for router 1 there are two directly connected networks. First network is 192.168.0.0. Second network is 10.0.0.0. So we have to just write the network. So first we are going to write the network 192.168.0.0. Okay, then if we again put question mark, then we can see next option is the OSPF wildcard bits. So how we can calculate wildcard bits? So wildcard bits is nothing but the opposite, or it is the complement of subnet mask. Suppose for 192.168.0.0 subnet mask is 255.255.255.0, then 255 is nothing but all 8 bits are 1, and if we complement it, then it becomes 0. Okay, and last byte you can see, so there are total 8 bits zeros, and if we convert them or we complement them, then we will get the number 255. So in this way we can take the complement of subnet mask to obtain this wildcard bits. So here again the same, we have to write wildcard bits, that is 0.0.0.255. Then next option is area. So here we have to put area. And then after that the next option is the area ID. So here we are going to take area 0. This is the backbone area. Our network is so small that we have taken only one area, because we are going to configure only simple OSPF. Okay, how to configure multiple area we will see in our next practical. Okay, so for this now we have configured just one network. Similar command we have to write for another network. That network is 10.0.0. so here we write 10.0.0. Okay, and then okay, so for 10.0.0 network, wildcard bits are 0.255.255.255. Okay, because its mask is 255.0.0.0. So its complement is this. Okay, so maybe there is some mistake. Okay, let us see. Okay, so here I just missed 1 0. Okay, so in this way we have configured our OSPF on the first router. Okay, so just exit here. Then similarly same steps we have to follow on the second router. So just click on router 2, go to CLI, then write first command in global configuration mode. That is we have to write the first command, router OSPF 1. Then we have to write the network commands. So here the first network is first network that is directly connected to second router is again 10.0.0.0. Okay, so here we write 10.0.0.0. Then wildcard speed 250.255.255.255, then space area space 0. Okay, so this is first network command. Then second network command is okay. So next network command is for next network, that is 172.16.0.0, which is again directly connected to second router. Okay, so here subnet mask is 255.255.0.0. So we have to take the complement, that is 0.0.255.255 is the wildcard bits, then area 0. Okay, so in this way we have configured our OSPF. Let us check its functionality, whether it is working or not. Just take this simple PDU from PC0 to PC1. So here we will get the status. Initially it is shown failed. Let us try it again. Okay, so now it is showing successful. That means the OSPF protocol is working here from PC1 to PC0. So here it is again showing successful. That means OSPF is configured here. So in this way you can see how the OSPF work. Now as you can see here is only one path. Okay, but if we take another one more router here, suppose we will take one router, this is generic router, and suppose we will connect this router to the other two routers, then there will be one more path for two pieces to travel. Okay, so suppose this is connected to router 1 and then router 3 is again connected to router 2. Okay, so you can see from PC0 to PC1 there is there are total two paths from PC0 to router 1, router 1 to router 2, and router 2 to PC1. Okay, when we take this router 3, we have one more path from PC0 to router 1 to router 3 to router 2 and to the PC1. Let us first configure router 3. Suppose this network is 10.000/8. Now we have to take one more network here. Suppose this is 11.0.0.0 slash again 8, and one more network for this connectivity. Suppose this is 12.0.0.0 slash 8. Okay, so this is one more network. Now suppose okay, let us first configure from router 1. Just go to SE3/0. Okay, and just write here IP address 11.0.0. Suppose we will take 1. Subnet mask is auto calculated here. Just click on the on button. Okay, so SE3/0 is configured for this. Next configure router 3. Go to config tab, just go to AC2/0 and here write the IP address, that is 11.0.0.2. Then subnet mask is auto calculated here. Just click on the on button, then close. Then another interface, serial 3/0. Here we have to write the IP address 12.0.0. Suppose here it is 2. Then subnet mask is here. Just check on button. Okay. Then configure SE3/0 on the next router. Just go to config tab, SE3/0. Then just write here the IP address 12.0.0.1. Subnet mask is auto calculated here, and just click on the on button. Okay, so in this way we have just configured. Now we have to configure uh, OSPF for all the three routers. So for first router we have uh, only one we have configured router 1 for two networks only. Now additional 11 network is there, so we have to again configure for that 11 network. So just we have to write the command, that is router OSPF 1, and then the network command. Okay, so this network command is now for 11th network. Okay, so 11, then just click on enter. Okay, one more 0 is there, dot 0. Okay, and just exit. Okay, so this is router 1 configured for the additional 11 network. Then next, router 2 we have to configure for the same new network, that is of 12, which is directly connected to this router 2. Okay, so just exit. Then write the command router OSPF 1, then the network command. Okay, and here we have to write the network, that is 12. Okay, then just exit. Okay, similarly we have to configure router 3 for OSPF. So just click on the router 3, go to CLI. Okay, and write here first command router OSPF 1, then the network command, network. First network is 11.0.0.0. Here the mask is 0.255.255.255 and area is 0. Okay, then same command for the network 12, which is again directly connected to the router 3. Okay, okay, so in this way we have configured OSPF on all the three routers. Now let us check the connectivity. So you can see from PC0 to PC1 there is connectivity. Again we can check from PC0 to router 3. So here you can see from PC0 to router 3 there is again connectivity. Okay, so if we go to simulation mode, and if we check the connectivity between PC0 to PC1, and if we capture here, then you can see how the packet move, auto capture. Okay, so you can see how which path it will take to reach to the destination. Okay, so in this way the communication is in between the path PC0 to router 1 to router 2 to PC1. Okay, but if we disable this path, that is SE2/0, if this link is disabled, then it will take the longest path. Now in this case two paths are available. One is the shortest path from router 1 to router 2, and another path is from router 1 to router 3 to router 2. Okay, so if we disable this path from router 1 to router 2, for that we need to just go to config tab se2/0 and just we have to disable it. Okay, so similarly from this side, the connection is se2/0, just we have to disable it. Okay, then you can see how the communication occur. Okay, from PC0 to PC1. 1 minute, let us delete all. Then from PC0 to PC1. Okay, so here you can see the communication from PC0 to router 1 to router 3 to again router 1 and to the destination PC1. Okay, so it will follow the longest path. Okay, so in this way you can understand how the OSPF work. Okay,